This is what your favorite game says about you. Oddly specific, but extremely accurate addition. Everyone says League of Legends players live in their mom's basement. This is totally not fair. You don't live in your mom's basement, you live in her guest house. You rage about absolutely everything, whether it's getting the wrong coffee order, if someone wants to do something different and you want to go to a party instead. Never mind, you don't go to parties. Or even if your significant other says you need to stop day trading, which is totally unfair because you're gonna make your money back one day, I'm sure of it. Super Mario 64, you're extremely nostalgic for the good old days when you have a neighbor whose dog keeps pooping on your lawn and, you really don't want the dog to poop on your lawn. Instead, you just pick it up every single day. You don't even say anything, you just pick it up. You're happy to do it. Extremely patient, a very patient person. You probably have a sister and a brother. You're definitely the middle child. You're really, really good at walking in straight lines. This is your special skill. You have no other skill, just walking in straight lines. It's your favorite thing to do. And you know what? You like repetitive tasks. You like doing the same things over and over again. You probably own a Rubik's Cube. You're probably really fast at solving this Rubik's Cube. You probably take this Rubik's Cube to every single party and ask if people want to see you solve it. They don't. They let you solve it anyway. Tetris. In first grade, your teacher told your parents to get you tested because you really liked wearing headphones to class. This is not personal at all. And you really didn't like talking to other kids. But you know what? Your parents decided you were completely normal, and they were so right. You're so normal. You play Tetris all of the time. You only eat the same things every day. I think it is going to be pizza, pepperoni, or cheese plain, either one. Sometimes you'll switch it up if you're feeling, fancy. You have a lot of patience. You're very good with patterns. And if I'm being honest, you don't have a girlfriend or boyfriend. You probably never will. But on the bright side, at least you can play this very, very important game. You're always telling all your normie friends about how much lineups you have, and no one knows what you're talking about. Honestly, no one even cares, but you're really, really into it. You only eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and quesadillas. It's your only order. You'll get really mad if it's changed. When you go to a coffee shop, you order hot chocolate with extra whipped cream. Again, if they get the extra whipped cream wrong, you're gonna be very, very mad. You have the same dress code every single day. You get sweatpants and a hoodie. Sometimes the hoodie changes into another type of hoodie, but it's always gonna be the same. For prom, you're gonna wear Converse and you're gonna think you're really special and unique. You are not. You were not cool in school. You got rejected by your crush. No one wanted to be friends with you. You'd always bring the same lunch of cheese in your backpack, and people started calling you Cheese Girl. Yeah, it was not fun. It was not a good time. So now you have this complex where you always have to be smarter than everybody, and you're always talking about these openings no one's ever heard of: pterodactyl defense, dragon variation, and honestly, most of the people in your life just think you're making it up, but they let you talk about it anyway. And after 2020, you started to get a complex. You started to feel a little bit cool again. You started to think chess was super, super mainstream. But then you log on, you play 150 games a bullet, you lose all of your rating, and then you go back to the drawing board. You played sports in high school. Congratulations, you're so cool. But now you're like 25 and you're living alone, and no one really cares that you won the championship for your team back in 2016. But at the same time, you still have a lot of friends you can play this game with. You need at least 4, and it's really hard to find 4 friends nowadays. So you have the same 4 bros who have never really left your hometown, and you invite them over a lot. They come over and they beat you in this game, or maybe you're really, really good. Maybe you're really good at this individual game and you beat them, and then they don't call you back. They don't invite you to any parties. And when you go out to a restaurant, you're eating all alone. It kind of is like Monopoly. It destroys lives and families. But best of luck. Stardew Valley. Admit it, you tried to date all of the NPCs, and then you got that weird cut screen where they told you they don't want to see you anymore, and then you felt really weird about it because you realized how gross it was to actually be dating every single NPC, but you don't really care. You kind of have a thing for Harvey, which honestly probably leads back to your childhood. You play this game alone. You could play it multiplayer, but let's be real. Then they would judge you a little bit for going for Sebastian, and honestly, I judge you a little bit for it too as well. You probably dress in all black, you go to concerts, you really, really like punk music, but you pretend you like heavy metal to sound cool about it. In fact, your favorite song is Starships by Nicki Minaj. Super Smash Bros. You only play this at the end of a party after you've tried to get with someone and it really didn't work, so you're feeling bad, so you invite everyone in your dorm over. Some of them come and you can show them how absolutely boss you are at this game, but then they don't really talk to you the next day. You go to the cafeteria, you have the same food you always do, which is obviously gonna be the carne asada because that is absolutely fire. You go back home, you forget about this game for another 3 months until the next party, and then you're like, wow, I should get really good at this game, but honestly, You really shouldn't. It takes up too much of your time, and you're gonna forget about it in a week again anyway. Sims. You have a bunch of people trapped in your basement, don't you? You would remove the ladder at the public pool if you could, but instead you just do it in your fantasies here. You really hate on EA, yet you buy every single game. You won't stop talking about how Sims 2 is the best because of the details they have, but really you just like the more complex way to, your characters, you know? You're a cool person. You wear a lot of hoodies, a lot of cashmere. You knit your own stuff. You're really, really big into knitting. And you know, if you could live on a farm, you would. But you probably won't. In fact, you're going to school to study marketing. You're probably in college right now. In fact, you should be doing your essay. What are you doing playing Sims? Go do your essay. You're not going to graduate. You have like a 2.5 GPA. Do better. Grand Theft Auto. You're a 64-year-old accountant named Greg. This is how you get your release. It's okay. You don't go to the gym. You haven't gone to the gym in a really, really long time, but you did sign up for a local dance class, salsa. Maybe you'll meet some singles, or maybe not. Maybe you'll just come home and you'll play this game. Geoguessr. You went to Italy on your study abroad in college, and then you won't stop talking about it. In fact, you talk about how you know Italian like 24/7, but honestly, you can only say a few words like buongiorno and pizza, and you ate margherita pizza, but once you asked the waiter for Hawaiian pizza, they looked at you like you were crazy, and then you really wanted to get home. But once you were home, you're like, wow, Italy's the best place in the world, and you won't stop talking about it, and you're very, very, very cultured. In fact, you have it on all your dating apps, and you tell them you want to find a travel buddy to go across the world. But, do you actually have money to travel? Do you have a job? Most likely not, but you're really, really good at this game because you can sort of recognize languages and landscapes, but that's not a very transferable skill. At least if you randomly get dropped somewhere, you'll be able to find your way home, right? Roblox. You got rejected from art school. You did what anyone would do, and now you log on all day, you play speed draw, specifically just to make all the kids feel bad about themselves. I understand it, I get it. But one day they asked you to draw a watermelon and you drew a really good watermelon and someone drew a very bad watermelon, like literally just outlines, and they won, and now you're raging so hard that you can't stop playing and you've been playing for 54 hours straight. I'm worried about you. Please come home. Your mom and I miss you. That's what your favorite game says about you. If I missed your game, please put it in the comments. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time.